What's up guys, this is the Mavic Air. This is the latest drone to be released by DJI. It just came out, and in this video I want to give you my top 5 favorite features of this drone and why I think this is such a compelling and cool product, and really probably their best consumer product to date. So let's check it out now. So here's a quick overview of what the Mavic Air is. And to me, it's really the middle point between the Mavic Pro and the Spark. It's the middle point both in terms of price. This is $799, I think, in the US, whereas the Mavic is more around $1,000 and the Spark is around $500. So it fits in the middle in price, but really the design is kind of a blend of what I would say is the best of both of those products. The first thing I really like about the Mavic Air is the redesigned gimbal. So it's a 3-axis gimbal, which is the same as in the Mavic Pro. It has kind of the look of the gimbal from the Spark, but it is a 3-axis gimbal and it's housed more in the body, so it doesn't feel quite as exposed and fragile as the camera mechanism that is on the Mavic Pro. They've also included kind of what I think is a much better gimbal cover. It just slides on and clips down, and it just feels much easier to put on and like you're putting the gimbal in less danger every time you're messing with it. Going along with the camera, the second thing that's super impressive is what they've done with the video codec. So this records 4K 30 frames per second, but at a higher bit rate of 100 megabytes per second. That's a big deal because theoretically you're going to retain a lot more detail and just information inside of the video footage that you capture, which will allow you more flexibility in color grading and just kind of manipulating the footage. It should just hold up a lot better when you're editing it. They've also added 1080p 120 frames per second to this, which allows you to capture really cool slow motion footage. 120 frames per second can really stabilize your footage and make it appear just much smoother. You combine that with the improvements to the gimbal and you have the potential to take some really great looking slow-mo footage. The third thing I like about this is just the better overall design of the controller. They've removed the screen from like the Mavic Pro controller, but I don't think it's a big deal. I really love that they have now that the thumbsticks are detachable. That always felt a little bit risky with the Mavic Pro, that you were gonna break the thumbsticks off the controller or just damage it when you were putting it in your bag. There was no good way to do it, and it was something that I constantly was thinking about. I really like that they fixed that, and just overall, it seems like a lot of the little details have just been kind of refined with the Mavic Air. I also really like the new quick charger, so I went with the Fly More combo, so I got a lot of the accessories with it already. The flaps flip down and you can kind of clip all the batteries up on the top, and it's more of like a cradle than the square that came with the Mavic Pro. So to me, that's another improvement, and I think kind of the overall theme of everything that they've done with the Mavic Air is just a refinement of the product. Everything just seems a little bit better. The big other improvement that I think is a major feature is the obstacle avoidance. So they have sensors now in the front and in the back and underneath it. And in my experience of kind of testing it out in the woods with some branches overhanging and just some obstacles around, it like really is substantially better than the system that is on the Mavic Pro. And you can tell that they made a lot of progress on this in the last year. It's more natural, it's better at detecting things. The way the Mavic Air reacts to like seeing a branch in front of it or having you walk up behind it is just smoother and more, the best way I could put it is natural. It really inspires confidence when you're flying it, that you don't have to really worry that like you're gonna crash this thing if you make one little wrong move. That's another big thumbs up, and I think those 5 things make this like seriously one of the best DJI products to come out, especially for consumers, in a really long time. As always guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.